Hello, once more, and welcome back to the 2024 Week 9 NFL predictions. Here this week, another 7 games on the schedule that I'll be predicting. After going 3 and 4 in week number 8, my personal season record is now 24 and 32. 7 games on the schedule. Well, let's get started here in Week 9 NFL predictions. Starting out, first game, Thursday Night Football with the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. These two teams, the Jets, question is, when do we stop believing this team and Aaron Rodgers at 2-6 and Devontae Adams, who they traded for recently? When do we start believing that they're not good? For Houston, on the other hand, they're a pretty good team. They're in first place in the AFC South, staying up there. Look like with CJ Stroud, they're making a run this year. The Texans, Jets. This game should be pretty interesting to see. Jets playing at home on Thursday night. Texans going on the road. Should be fun to see and fun to watch, personally. I'm going to take Houston in this matchup because I've taken Houston a few times this year. They've won, and a few times they've lost. So I'm going to take Houston this week on the road to New York Jets, who are 2-6. Maybe the Texans give the Jets a 2-7 record after Thursday Night Football. Moving on, next game. Starting in Buffalo, putting the Bills, Josh Allen, and Tua Tagovailoa, and the Dolphins. Looking at this matchup on paper, I predicted this one way back in week number 2 when they met up. If I remember correctly, way back in week 2, I predicted the Dolphins would win at home. They lost 31-10. This time around, Bills playing at home against the Dolphins. Unfortunately, I don't know what I think is going to happen. I was wrong last time when I picked the Dolphins at home against the Bills. This time around, they're playing in Buffalo. Should be interesting to see in this one how it works, how the game goes. Looking at that, Tua Tagovailoa, second week back from injury, and the Bills playing at home. Josh Allen and all their weapons, Amari Cooper, who they were brought in from Cleveland. The Bills look like they're going to be a good team to watch this year in the playoff, down those stretch. Here we're on halfway point of the season. After this week, we'll see what happens with the Bills. I think the Bills win at home this week, so give me the Bills here against the Dolphins on Sunday afternoon. Moving on, next game. We have the Chargers. Justin Herbert of the Chargers. They're in Cleveland. Play the Browns on Sunday. Browns with their new quarterback this week. Second week in a row. They won last week, surprisingly, 29-24 against the Ravens. In the game I predicted the Ravens would win. This week, going up against the Chargers. Chargers are a pretty good team this year. They've had some tough games, some games that have been meaningful, some interesting matchups to look at in this matchup. Bill, you have a Chargers, Justin Herbert, a young quarterback, the Browns. Jameis Winston, who's going into this game number 2 as a star quarterback. Browns back into the race here going into week 9. Chargers, they're still trying to stay in the AFC West race. I'm going to take the Browns this week at home against the Chargers. Jameis Winston over the Browns. Jameis Winston and Browns over the Chargers and Justin Herbert. I think the Browns have a really good shot to win this week here in week number 9. Moving on to our next game between Dallas and Atlanta. First play Falcons and Dallas Cowboys coming off a loss 30-24 against the 49ers. I predicted the Cowboys would win on Sunday night. They did not win on Sunday night, unfortunately. They lost 30-24, 6 straight loss to the 49ers. Looking at this game, Falcons, they're coming off a big win, 31-16 against the Buccaneers, with Kirk Cousins in first place. So the Falcons, first place team, a team that's surprising me this year, that I did not expect to be at the top of their division at this moment, going into week number 9. And look at the Falcons, they're pretty good. Cowboys and Dak Prescott coming off a loss in San Francisco. They need to bounce back a bit. Cowboys have not pleased me this year when I pick them. They've seemed to lose games when I pick them this year. So we'll see what happens Sunday. In this matchup, I like Kirk Cousins and the Cowboys. I like Kirk Cousins and Falcons over the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. But I think the Cowboys might have a big chance to win. Going on the road, it's going to be tough. That's why I'm going to take Atlanta and Kirk Cousins on Sunday afternoon this weekend. Moving on to the late games. The first of 2 late games between the Seattle Seahawks, Geno Smith, and the Rams, and Matthew Stafford. Rams coming off a big win, 30-20, to get back into the NFC West race as they beat up on the Vikings 30-20 last week. There was a questionable call at the end of that game with the Rams getting a safety at the end of the game, which should have been a penalty. Face mask, you had 2 referees watching the play from the back. And it's like, what happened there? And it's hard to believe and talk about what happened in the matchup. I think, personally, on paper, it's going to be a little bit interesting to see. I'm looking at it. Seahawks and Rams. Seahawks, they're coming off. I haven't picked them in a while, unfortunately. No, I did pick them last week against the Bills. They lost 31-10. Playing at home against the Rams this week. Another game. NFC West rivalry matchup. Two teams that want to stay within the division race. Surprising this NFC West. Arizona is currently leading the division, I think, at the moment. But look at the playoff. Look at this race through the first 8 weeks. It comes down to which teams can make a run. I think anyone in this NFC West now can make a run at the division. On paper, I think the Rams, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and also Cooper Kupp, they have the better team overall on paper in this matchup. For the Seahawks, Geno Smith, I'm not so sure. They have DK Metcalf. I'm not sure what else they have in weapon-wise for the Rams. I like the Rams in this one here. Going on the road with all their weapons into Seattle. Hostile environment. I'm taking the Rams on the road against the Seahawks on Sunday afternoon. They're in this one. Moving on to our next game. Late afternoon, Sunday. Going with the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff against the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Packers, Lions, NFC North race. Lions, first place team, 6-1 in the division. Packers coming in, they're staying in the division race. I believe they played Jacksonville the weekend. I didn't see the outcome of that one, but they're looking at this matchup on paper. Lions, their first place team. David Montgomery's big pass to Sam Laporta, tight end out of Iowa. On National Tight End Day, that was a good play. I didn't see the highlight, but I saw that happened. So we'll see what happens this week. These two. Lions first place, Packers second in the divisional race as well. We also have the Vikings, Bears, 4-3, and now out of the playoff picture. Looking at this game matchup wise, I think the Lions going on the road. They're gonna have to win good. They're gonna have to play good to get a win this week. For the Packers, they need to hold the Lions to less than 20 points, I think, in this one to get a win and guarantee a win. I think it's gonna be tough for both teams. I think it's gonna be a physical matchup. I think this could be a game that ends up with the winning team being come down to a field goal, possibly. That being said, I like the Lions kicker more than the Packers kicker in the matchup. But I think the Packers come away with it, surprisingly, and beat the Lions on Sunday. So there you have it. Last game of the night, Monday Night Football. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the last remaining unbeaten team in the NFL, playing on Monday Night Football. Coming up Monday night. Should be fun. As a Chiefs fan, I will say this. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they have so many weapons. They recently got DeAndre Hopkins and wide receiver coming in. Also have some others as well. For Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, after picking them to beat the Falcons and losing 31-26, I learned a few things about the Buccaneers. Even though they have injuries now, it's hard to see what happens with the Buccaneers and Chiefs. For the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, if he's out without weapons, losing 2 in a row, this Buccaneers team is going to have issues. For Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, get DeAndre Hopkins involved so you can move the ball around instead of throwing to Travis Kelce and just like Xavier Worthy, the rookie wide receiver. You need to find other players as well. And the running backs, Kansas City, Carson Steele, Kareem Hunt, they need to be stepping up and make plays this week with Pacheco's absence still. And for both teams, I think. Overall, with the Buccaneers going on the road with Baker Mayfield, without his weapons, we'll see what happens. I'm going to lean out of the Chiefs in this one as a fan, but as an expert, not an expert picking games, but as someone who picks games, I'm going to lean on this pick. Go with Kansas City at home to remain unbeaten. We'll see how long will the Chiefs remain unbeaten as they look to get to 8-0. I'm picking the Chiefs. Recap over picking. Starting out Thursday night, taking C.J. Stroud and the Texans over Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. In Buffalo, I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills over Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. In Cleveland, I'm taking Jameis Winston and the Browns over Justin Herbert and the Chargers. In Atlanta, I'm taking Kirk Cousins and the Falcons over the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. In Seattle, I'm taking the Rams. Matthew Stafford against Geno Smith and the Seahawks. In Green Bay, I'm taking Jordan Love and the Packers over the Lions and Jared Goff. And in Kansas City, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs over the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. Hope you all enjoyed Week 9 NFL predictions. With that being said, please comment below who your favorite teams clearly, if you think they're going to win this week. And please remember to watch, like, subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends as well to do the same if they haven't done so yet already. Don't forget to tell your friends as well to do the same if they haven't done so. Also, don't forget to hit that notification button below so you know when there's a new video on the channel. With With that being said, have a good day, stay safe, and peace out. I'll see you right back here in the week 10 predictions next Tuesday. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week in week 10, everyone. Bye for now, stay safe, and peace out. Thanks for watching. See ya.